welcome back to Roaming Yoga Connection. So today we're going to work on rebalancing our digestive system. So this is going to be a session where we're going to have a lot of twists and a lot of hip openers. So whenever you do a lot of twists in a class, it's always good to drink extra amounts of water. I mean, drinking water is just generally a staple when you're doing any sort of exercise program. You always want to keep hydrated. You want to keep your muscles safe. You want to keep your body safe. But especially with twists, because you are kind of wringing out all your detox organs, you want to make sure that you drink some extra water just so that you can flush out all of those toxins from the body. So drinking a lot of water before the session and drinking a lot of water after the session is always a key to the best results and the best detox for your body. So let's begin by finding our Sukhasana, easy seated posture, remembering that we want to have our knees below our hips, we want our inner and outer thighs to be relaxed, and once you find your comfortable seat where your legs can be relaxed, sitting up nice and tall, pulling up from the Mula Bandha or your sits bones, pelvic area, pulling all of that up and extending and shining your energy bright out through the crown of your head. Again, engaging the core, so extending your tailbone down, while you pull your waistline back, tip the bottoms of your rib cage down towards your navel. Take your shoulders up, down, and back. Elevate the heart, relax your shoulders, relax your throat. You can even swallow to relax your throat. Take your chin back towards the wall behind you just a little bit. So now we're aligned, hips, ribs, shoulders, head and neck. Start taking some deep breaths in and out through your nose. So pulling that breath from your belly, deep in the bowels of the belly, and all extending that up all the way to the crown of the head. And then as you exhale that breath completely. Move all that stale air, that stale energy out of the body. Ujjayi breath, ocean breath, slight vibration in the back of the throat. Inhaling to expand the belly, waistline forward. Exhaling to retract your navel back toward the spine, nice and soft. Deep, full breaths. A few more times. Let's bring our hands into heart center, pressing your thumbs into your sternum, massaging the heart center, connecting into the self. So inhaling as deep as you can here. Exhaling the breath completely and soft. And we're going to inhale for Om. Deep inhale as you reach your arms up overhead, reaching as tall as you can. Exhale, release your fingertips to the ground, chin rolls into your chest. And again, inhale, lifting up, reaching tall out of the hips. Eyes can stay closed as you exhale to release all the way down. Inhale, reach. Exhale, release. Last time. Inhale, slowly lift your head. Exhale the breath completely. Inhale one more time. And exhale the breath. So we're going to open with another pranayama. This is a rectangular breath. This is a great tip when utilizing your yin yoga practice, which again we are going to incorporate some yin postures and then some more dynamic active postures. And so with this first pranayama, it's the one that I mostly teach. So I'm going to count for you, but we're going to inhale to a count of 6, hold for 4, exhale to a count of 6, hold for 4. So you can also do this as a squared breath, where you inhale for 3, hold for 3, exhale for 3, hold for 3. The emphasis here is going to be on the slow, gradual, soft inhalation, and then main part is the stillness in between your inhale and your exhale, and then a slow, controlled exhalation, again emphasizing on the stillness of the holding in between the exhale and the inhale. So, again, sitting up nice and tall, extending through the crown of the head. Shift back just a little bit on your sits bones so everything is in alignment. Everything is soft and relaxed. So let's just take a regular, nice, deep breath in. Exhale the breath completely all the way out. And you're going to inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hold, 2, 3, 4. And inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hold, 2, 3, 4. 6, hold, 2, 3, 4, and breathe in. Exhale out. In. And out. So we're just going to sit just for a couple breaths. Notice maybe the length, maybe the depth of your breath has changed slightly. Maybe you're a little bit more relaxed, in tune into the body, a little bit more peaceful. So start to flutter the eyes if your eyes are closed. So slowly open, being mindful and gentle as you come awake again. So our first yin posture that we're going to work through today is going to be Baddha Konasana, which is butterfly pose in yin yoga, and it is bound ankle pose, which is the typical explanation or meaning behind Baddha Konasana. So you can stay seated up on your blanket. I like to really get grounded on this one by just sitting on the floor. And you're going to take the soles of your feet and you're going to bring them together. So the key with this one is to make sure that you're pressing your big toe mounds into each other so that you can keep your ankles straight. You don't want to collapse and have the soles of your feet opening out, because this will compromise the ankle, which can also compromise the knees. You'll feel it when your ankles or when your feet are splayed upwards, soles of your feet. So the closer that you have the feet towards your hips, a little bit more intense this posture can be. So if you do find that you have really, really tight hamstrings, inner thighs, take your feet out away from you so you have more maybe of a diamond shape rather than a triangular shape. So kind of find where that feels good for you. So adjusting however you need to. Again, props are totally fine. If you're working with some sort of hip issues, definitely want to use blankets. Little disclaimer, if your hips are not your own, then I would not recommend doing hip openers per se. And you can be the judge of what you can and cannot do. Typically, if your hips are not your own, you can run the risk of serious injuries, which will lead to having to go and have more surgery. So if you do not have your own hips, or your doctor hasn't cleared you for specific exercise routines with hip opening, I would definitely recommend kind of working through a different posture, just sticking with postures that are safe for you to do. So with that in mind, you can also do supported Baddha Konasana, where you put blankets, blocks underneath your thighs to support as we start building this strength. It'll get a little bit easier and a little bit easier to do. But trying to rely on just your body alone and the engagements is probably the best action to go for. So reaching for your shins, your ankles, you're going to squeeze your feet together, and then you're going to drag your feet back towards you. So energetically, it's like you're trying to pull your feet back towards you. You're going to feel it into the inner thigh. That's going to engage the legs. So we're using the legs when we go forward instead of, and we're using the legs to expand, and we're also using the legs to pull us forward rather than to just bend and wait and take all of the pressure and all of the force into the back. So we're using the legs. All of the action in this posture is in the legs. So holding on to your ankles, energetically pressing your feet in, and then dragging your feet back. So now with your knees, try to extend them to the side walls. So we're expanding rather than forcing our knees down. As you hold onto your ankles or your shins, lift your heart, start to feel your tailbone. So you don't want your belly to collapse forward. Pull your waistline in, bottoms of your rib cage tucked down, shoulders down the back, open the heart. Inhale. And as you exhale, you can stay here and just continue your breath, or you can start to slowly move forward. So here, just finding your place in this posture. And we're going to continue our breathing pranayama, but we're going to do it a little bit different. We're going to do kind of a square breath. So, as you take a deep inhale, exhale completely. And we're going to inhale 1, 2, 3, hold. And exhale 3, 2, 1. Hold the exhale out. And inhale 1, 2, 3. Hold at the top of the inhale. And exhale 3, 2, 1. Hold the exhale out. And inhale 1, 2, 3. Hold. Exhale 3, 2, 1. Space. Inhale 1, 2, 3. Hold. Exhale 3, 2, 1. Space. Inhale 1, 2, 3. Hold. Exhale 3, 2, 1. Space. Continue this breath on your own. So feeling yourself, feeling your body start to shift and open, and as you do, maybe folding forward a little deeper. As you start to fold forward deeper, feel your tailbone lifting. Keep your shoulders reaching back. Keep extending your knees to the side walls, pulling your feet back towards you. So you're sinking into the space in between your inhalation and your exhalation in your rectangular breath. So the emphasis is really into the space rather than the action of the breathing. So this is kind of flip-flopped from our first pranayama. And just holding that space, holding that inhale or that exhale out for just as long as you can. That feels comfortable. So this is just a gradual movement, nothing forced, not feeling any numbness or pain, just slowly opening. Three more breaths. So in your last cycle of breath, if you're folded forward, slowly start to pull yourself up. Nice and slow, rolling up one vertebrae at a time. When you're all the way up, keep extending up through the crown of your head. Bring your hands to the outsides of your knees and draw your knees in towards each other so that the soles of your feet are placed on the ground. You can extend one leg at a time. You can extend both legs. Shake it out, windshield wipe the feet if you need to. And we are going to find our way into a table pose. So working through some cat and cow just for some spinal warm up here. So we're going to inhale into cow and then exhale into cat. Inhaling into cow, exhaling into cat. So lingering where it feels good, opening up any tight spaces. Deep cleansing breaths. So very mindful practice for today. Sinking into our breath. So as we move into more of a yin-yang flow for next session, start to really focusing more on the breath-guided movements. So on your next inhalation, we're going to come back to a neutral spine. We're going to do something a little bit different here to just kind of open our shoulders and our hips a little bit. So if you need, grab a strap or a belt or a shirt or a towel or whatever you can use. So we're going to do kind of a revolve or twisted Natarajasana kind of shape, but you're going to take your right leg and you're going to kind of bend it back. So with your left hand, you're going to reach back. If you can, grab for your ankle. If not, you're going to take your strap, unwind, or take whatever you can, kind of make a little loop-de-loo here. And you're going to reach back, place it around your ankle, and then you're going to take it around your right ankle, left hand holds on. So you're going to do this kind of action. If you can, if you have a little bit more flexibility, you can just kind of reach back for a little bit and then turn your shoulders forward. So we're just going to hold this. This is really going to start to open up the psoas muscles. This is going to open up the hip flexors. Psoas is the muscle that runs along the front of your hips. And this also gets into the quads. So just kind of go carefully into this one. We're going to do this a couple of times just to open kind of the front of the body. And this is a little bit different. So bring your foot up, right foot up, kind of twist around, find your balance if you can. Reach for your right ankle with your strap or what have you, or your hand. And then you're just going to kind of press your ankle, press your foot into your hand. Your hand's going to pull back, create a little bit of resistance. So finding your balance here, a good idea. So you're trying to reach this left shoulder forward, so you're nice and aligned towards the top edge of your mat. You'll feel this through the abdomen as well. Let's exhale to slowly release this. We're going to go to the opposite side, so starting with your left foot, reach it up. You're going to twist it around with your right hand, reach for your left ankle, And then draw your right shoulder back down. Press your ankle into your hand. Hand pulls back. Create that resistance again. Deep breaths. Feel it in that quad. You might find that one side is a little bit more balanced than the other. Sometimes it happens. Exhale to release. Let's do a cat and cow. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. And one more time. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, back to center. We're going to take our right foot up. Reach around with your right hand or your strap. Twist your left shoulder back around. Resistance with the foot and your hand pulling back. Deep breaths. And exhale to release. If you need to, cat and cow here. Otherwise, left leg comes up, right hand reaches back. Inhale, reach your right shoulder back forward to the top edge of your mat. Create the resistance through your hand and your foot. Deep breaths. And exhale to release. Cat and cow. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. And we're going to set our hands, set our knees. We're going to tuck our toes, working back into a downward dog. So shifting our hips back as if we're coming in a child's pose, and then lifting our tailbone up, extending our legs. Let's pedal our feet. So we're going to open up the calves and the hamstrings. And then send both heels down. Take some deep breaths. Bending at your knees a lot here if you need to. We're still warming up our legs. And we're just going to walk our hands back to meet our feet. So kind of a reversed Uttanasana. Bend your knees as deep as you can. If you're pregnant or you need to, heel toe your feet out a little bit wider than hip distance to accommodate a belly. You're just going to clasp at the elbows. Let everything spill over. Let your chest rest on your thighs. Releasing your hands. Let's roll this up one vertebrae at a time. Inhale, extend. Exhale, hands into heart center. Let's come up towards the top of your mat. I'm going to come to the center so you can kind of just see me, but come to the top of your mat. Setting up mountain posture, Tadasana. So lift up your toes, spread your toes wide, then place them back down. Feel the connection through the big toe mound, the little toe mound, and the inner and outer heel. Feel the connection as the roots start to spray out from your feet. Bend softly at the knees. Extend your tailbone down. Your waistline comes back. Rib cage tucks down. Shoulders up, back and down the spine. Chin back slightly. Let's inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. So we're just going to do some swan-like movements. Inhale up. And exhale, hands to heart center. One more time, opening the shoulders. Inhale up. And now we're going to exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, we're going to come halfway. Place your hands on your shins. Extend your heart forward. Exhale to release. Inhale to come up, reverse swan dive. Exhale, hands to heart center. And inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, swan dive, forward uttanasana. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, release. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, up. Exhale, uttanasana. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, we're going to step back to a plank. So feet together, legs together. Long line from the head to the heels. So here you can take chaturanga to upward dog, to downward, or plank to downward dog. Or you can simply shift into a downward dog. And we're going to take our right foot up. We're going to take our right foot up between our hands. Grab for your blocks or whatever you use if you need to. Find your balance here. Warrior one. Your back heel comes down. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale to release. We're going to step this back to plank. Here's your vinyasa. You can chaturanga here, upward dog to downward dog, or straight into downward dog. Inhale, lift your left leg. Exhale, left foot comes forward. Grab for your blocks if you need to. Exhale, you're going to release your right heel to the floor. Inhale, come all the way up. So reaching up as tall as you can. You can bend at that back knee if you need to. Stay in the ball of the right foot. However you need to find your warrior. Exhale to release. We're going to again, plank pose. Either plank to downward dog or you can vinyasa. Hold here, 3 breaths. Looking at your hands, step and walk your feet forward. Uttanasana, forward fold, sink into the soles of your feet as you exhale. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, release. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Come all the way up. Reach up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, sweep the arms. Exhale, swan dive, uttanasana. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, release back to plank. You can vinyasa here or straight into downward dog. Inhale your right leg. Exhale your right leg forward. Come to warrior one as you inhale. So we're going to hold this just a couple breaths. One more breath. Exhale over this front knee. We're going to step it back just straight into downward dog here. Inhale, lift your left leg. We're going to exhale it forward. Warrior one as you inhale, come all the way up. Deep breaths. One more. And again. As you exhale, release over this front leg. This time here, back to plank. You can vinyasa or straight into downward dog. Find your variation. Hold here. So we're going to inhale now, our right leg again. Exhale, draw your right foot forward, grab for your blocks. This time you're going to step your back foot in a little bit more. Ground your back heel. Extend your leg, this front leg as far straight as you can. You can also keep a bend in the knee. You can keep holding onto your blocks. You can bring your hands to your shins, to your upper thigh. So this is Parsvottanasana. Deep breaths. Inhale, bend at this front knee as you exhale, step it back, downward dog. Inhale your left leg, exhale, draw your left leg forward. Same thing, tap your back heel in a little bit closer, extend this left leg straight. If you need to, take some more deep cleansing breath. Try to keep extending the crown of your head forward as you shift this left hand back, level out your hips. Again, if you need to, you can bend at this left leg. And inhale. Exhale, bend at this left knee, step it back, plank, vinyasa, or downward dog, your option. So when you meet in downward dog, just 3 breaths here. Looking at your hands, walk it forward. Inhale, you're going to come up halfway. Exhale, release. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, we're going to step it back, plank, vinyasa here, or downward dog. Inhale your right leg high. Exhale your right leg forward. So this time as you come up, you're going to ground your back heel down, but you're going to ground it down to where your left foot is completely parallel to the back edge of your mat. Your right toes are still facing forward towards the top end of your mat. And then you're going to take your left arm and you're just going to windmill yourself up. We're coming into Warrior 2. So this is a variation 2, Sun Salutation B. Deep breath. Inhale, reverse warrior. So you're going to take this left hand to the back leg, right arm extends up and over your ear. Don't forget the lunge on the right knee. Inhale, we're going to shift this forward. So you can bring your elbow, your right elbow to your right knee if you need to, or you can come all the way to a block, or you can come to the inside of your right knee. So we're just going to hold side angle pose just for a little bit. Inhale. Exhale, you're going to twist back towards the top edge of your mat. But you're going to start to walk your hands, bend your knees as much as you need to. Walk your hands so that your feet are parallel to each other. So both toes turn towards the long edge of your mat. And your hands are supporting you, extending your crown of your head forward. Bend your knees to lift your tailbone. You're going to take your left hand to the inside, or excuse me, let's take our right hand to so that your hand is just kind of right underneath your face. You're going to take your left hand to your lower back, sacrum area, and start to twist just from your waist, ribs, and shoulders. Start to twist your spine so that your shoulder opens up towards the ceiling. So if you need to, you can also elevate. You can take a block. You can take pillows, stack them up, a bolster, whatever you have around you. If you need to elevate yourself, you can even use chairs or little side tables or coffee tables if you have that are easy to move. Deep breaths. Let's take this left hand up, reach it up to the sky. Try to keep the insides of your feet grounded as well as the outside. Equal pressure on the soles of the feet. Deep breath in. Exhale to release. Let's switch. So left hand comes right underneath your nose. Take your right hand to your lower back. This is just to help feel that your spine and your hips are level. Let's take an inhale. Start twisting this right shoulder up towards the ceiling. Deep breaths. Shift this left hip back, right hip forward. And when you're ready, you can extend your right arm up. Inhale. And we're going to exhale, untwist this. So we're going to walk our hands all the way to the back edge of our mat. So walk towards your left foot, start turning your left toes so that they face the top edge of your mat. So your back heel or your back foot stays right where it is, parallel to the back edge of your mat. With your right hand now, you're going to windmill yourself up. Warrior two on the opposite side. So again, trying to bend this knee forward over your knee, over your toes. Track your knee to the outside of the foot. Inhale, reverse warrior. Right hand comes to your back thigh. Left hand comes up. Lunge forward even more. Inhale, we're going to come back up and exhale. Your left elbow to your left knee. And take your right hand up and over your ear, reaching forward. Deep breaths. Inhale, sweep it back up, warrior two. This time, hands come to your hips, both feet turn in. Bend at both knees. We're going to heel toe this in a couple of times. So we're going to heel toe it in so we're wider, quite a bit wider than hip distance apart. Your toes are going to kind of face out a little bit so your feet are open. I'm going to come into a goddess pose. So this is a really, really intense hip opener. So taking a deep breath in, you're going to bring your hands so that your elbows are level with your shoulders. Hands spread wide. You can also do a mudra with just touching the tips of your thumb and index finger as well, whatever feels comfortable for you. And then you're going to exhale and come into a squat. So here you want your knees to kind of come out a bit. So if you need to, you can also adjust. If you need to come in, if you need to go out, you can adjust here. But just holding this for a couple of breaths. If this is too much on the shoulders, you can also bring your hands into heart center. Try to draw your waistline back. It can get really intense here. Goddess pose, fiery angel pose. This will definitely get the fire going. All right, and inhale, slowly come up. Take a deep breath, inhale, sweep your arms. Shake them out if you need to as you come down. Inhale, sweep your arms. Shake them out. Inhale, set your arms again, however you need to. Anjali Mudra, hands out. Exhale, squat. Deep breaths. Smile, you love it. And inhale, extend up, nice and slow. Inhale. Exhale, shake your arms out. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, sweep, shake your arms out. So here you're going to kind of get some momentum. And you're just going to kind of step the feet together. Come back to the top edge of your mat. So setting up mountain posture once again. Going to inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, sink your hands down in front of your heart, sink into a chair. Take your right elbow to the outside of your left knee. Adjust for bellies if you need to. Inhale back to center. Exhale your left elbow to the outside of your right knee. Inhale back to center. Exhale, release. Inhale halfway. Exhale, come all the way to plank. You can vinyasa or downward dog here. Once you've met in downward dog, take your knees down, mat width apart, big toes together. Sink your hips to the heels. Oh, relax. Child's pose. Deep breaths. And just letting the natural rhythm of your breath start to flow freely in and out through your nose. Slowly lifting up your head and lifting yourself up on your next inhale. Bring your hands back behind you. If you can sit on your heels, do so. If not, find Sukhasana, easy seated posture. Take your hands back behind you or reaching for a block. Open your shoulders up. Open your heart. If it's comfortable on your neck, you can take the crown of your head back. Opening up the throat as well. Walking your hands forward as you exhale. So we're going to come forward into a table posture. Cross your ankles. You're going to come back and find your seated position, extending your legs straight. So we're going to do some more twists. So a couple variations here. So we're going to start with our left foot bent in. So here, variation 1. Keep your left foot bent to the inside of your right leg. Variation 2. Take your left foot to the outside of your right leg. Keep your right leg extended. And variation 3. If you have the flexibility in both hips, you can take this right foot back by your left hip. So full pose is as such. But if you feel this action where you're kind of lifting that left hip off of the ground, then just extend your right leg straight. So I'm going to show and demo the full variation of this posture. So you want to make sure that your left foot, the whole sole of the foot, is connected to the ground, that the knee is facing up. So upper body part, variation 1 is just wrapping your arm around your right arm around your left knee. If you have a bit more flexibility, you can take your right elbow to the outside or the top of your right knee so that you're twisting towards your knee. If you are in later stages of pregnancy or anything that is blocking you from twisting towards your knee, like myself, then you're going to twist away from your knee. So I'm going to twist this way instead. So still, spinal alignment still applies for both. Inhale, we're going to hold ourselves up, lift your chest high and tall. and then either twist towards your knee, away from your knee. You will figure it out what you need to do. So you're going to twist waist, then ribs, then shoulders. Take your gaze over your left shoulder. If you're twisting away from your knee, take your gaze over your right shoulder. Deep cleansing breaths. And just keep inhaling and lifting your spine long and tall. Exhaling and twisting deeper to the left. Try to relax your hips, your thighs, your belly. Try to relax the shoulders away from the ears. Take another deep breath in. Exhale, you're going to take your gaze over your right shoulder. If you're twisting away from your knee, take your gaze over your left shoulder. Inhale again. Exhale, we're going to untwist. We're going to come back to center. I'm going to slowly extend our legs straight. Hands behind you for support. Windshield, wipe the feet. I promise, friends, there is an end to this and you're going to love me again, I promise. So let's start with the other side. So, bending in your right foot, extending your left leg, right foot to the inside. Variation 1. Variation 2, take your right foot over. Variation 3, take your left foot to the outside of your right hip. So again, adjusting however you need to. Variation with your arms. Wrapping your arms around your wrapping your left arm around your right knee. Take your left elbow to the top or outside of your right knee. Or pregnancy. Twist away from your knee, taking it out to the left side. So again, finding your variation. Inhale, lift your heart, lift up through your spine. Exhale, twist waist, then ribs, then shoulders. Find your posture. Try to draw your shoulders away from your ears. Take your gaze over your right shoulder. If you're twisting away from your knee, take your gaze over your left shoulder. Deep cleansing breath as you inhale, elongate through your spine, up through the crown of your head. Exhale, twisting deeper. Inhale again, lift up. Exhale, take your gaze over your left shoulder or your right, or just the opposite shoulder. Keep lifting your heart as you inhale. Exhaling and twisting back towards the wall behind you. Inhale. Exhale, untwist this nice and slow. Again, take your hands behind you as you untwist the legs. Take the legs out forward. Windshield wipe. So our last yin posture that I want us to go through today is going to be it's going to be more on the restorative side. See, I told you, you guys are going to love me. So we're going to go into an assisted bridge. So this just means that we are going to use props for this one. So if you have blocks, grab a block. Otherwise, take some blankets, stack them up however high you think that you might need them. Otherwise, maybe using pillows, towels, again, whatever you can find works just as well. So we're going to sit so that the soles of our feet are on the mat, and you're going to hold on to the backs of your thighs, and you're going to roll down one vertebrae at a time, all the way down. And you can rest here, let your spine kind of neutralize. You can windshield wipe the knees back and forth, nice and soft. Work out maybe any tension or resistance that is still held within your hips and your lower back. We're going to open up the front of the body and do a little slight back bend, but this is kind of a sweet way of doing it. So with your block, there's a couple of different ways that we can do this. Set up for a regular bridge posture, so shifting from side to side so that you can tuck your shoulders underneath you so that your heart is elevated. And then you're going to take your hips up just enough to where you can take your block underneath your hips. So this is the first variation where the biggest face of your block is placed on the ground. So this is kind of the first level. I like to take it a little bit higher. I have a little bit more openness in my lower back, so I can take it up a little bit higher so that the long edge of my long edge of my block is underneath my hips. And you'll kind of feel that sweet spot. So keep maintaining your head looking straight to the ceiling. Don't ever turn your head in this posture. Feel the connection through the back of the skull, the occipital ridge where the skull and the vertebrae meet. Lift your chin away from your chest. If you want to and you have a lot of flexibility in the lower back and it feels good, you can always take it to where the short edge of your mat is underneath your hips. But for the point of this posture is to just find that relaxation place, and we're going to do our rectangular breath once again. So just finding that sweet spot where the sacrum is completely supported. And if this is pinching any nerves or anything like that, you can always just come down and use either try it with a blanket or a bolster or something that's a little bit gentler, more gentle. And just relaxing the whole body. Let's take a deep breath in here. Exhaling your breath completely. Inhaling 1, 2, 3. Hold at the top of your inhale. Exhale 3, 2, 1. Hold the exhale out. And inhale 1, 2, 3. Hold at the top. And exhale 3, 2, 1. Space. Inhale 1, 2, 3. Hold. And exhale 3, 2, 1. Space. Inhale 1, 2, 3. Hold. Exhale 3, 2, 1. Space. Inhale 1, 2, 3. Hold. Exhale 3, 2, 1. Space. Inhale 1, 2, 3. Hold. Exhale 3, 2, 1. Space. Continue that breath for 2 more cycles on your own. a deep breath in. Exhale the breath completely. Inhale again through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. So coming off of your block, you're going to slightly lift your hips just enough to where you can slide your block out from under you. Lift, keep your hips elevated, and then roll down one vertebrae at a time, all the way down. We're going to draw our knees towards our chest, rock from side to side, or draw circles on the ceiling, massage your lower back. We're going to take our knees over to the left. Inhale, bring our knees up. Exhale, our knees over to the right. Inhale, draw your knees up into center. Again, rocking from side to side or drawing circles with your knees on the ceiling. So now we're going to come into Shavasana, favorite posture. So extending one leg at a time, all the way out straight. Bring your hands beside you, palms facing up. Just gently rest your hands onto the ground. Grab your eye pillow if you need to, blanket for behind your head, bolster, blocks, blankets for underneath your knees if you have any extra tightness or tenderness. Again, you can also use a chair with placing your legs up on a chair so that you're kind of in a 90-degree angle with your knees. And just relaxing and just letting everything melt away with every single exhale. Just feeling yourself become heavier and heavier. Finding that natural rhythm in your breath once again. Closing your eyes and just breathing. Letting all the thoughts spill out of your head as you exhale. And some more deep cleansing breaths. And just feel weightless. Feel the whole body soften from your head to your toes. And once again, I thank you for coming and taking this journey with me and sharing your beautiful practice. And until next time, my friends, namaste.